selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Okay, and by the way, guys, I do encourage you to watch my videos on writing and YouTube video, Cambridge 6 Test 1, Test 1, Writing Task 1, like writing live. I actually did the same thing. I tried to do the same thing that I'm about to do here. So hopefully, starting from next time, which is tomorrow, every other day, or let's say every day, I'll be uploading those videos, and they help a lot. By the way, let me just extend the time because I will be also talking at the same time, right? So I think we need to, you know, how do I do that? Okay. So yes, since I will be talking, it may take me about 5 minutes to, do my TED talk. So, but what I mean is that please do watch those videos as well. So yes, we're getting started. Right. So now, like always, please guys, the key to Band 7 Plus is planning. Okay. So make sure to plan out everything to detail. So now, what we're going to do, like I said, we will be, studying the bar chart and, you know, like, and single out something outstanding, right? Something that stands out, like, uh, main feature, right? We have to select and report the main features in overall paragraph. So we're asked to talk about the main things, general things in overall, hence its name. So percentage of Australian men and women doing regular physical activity in 2010. Okay, so what does stand out from the graph, guys, from the chart? So 15 to 20. So guys, can anyone tell me what is standing out from this graph? Is there anything special? Um, well, we can say that almost like always, like female, let's say, women outperformed, let's say, or um, outnumbered male, right, in terms of regular activity, right? um, yes, almost always more active than male, except for 15 to 20 or 65 and over, right? Yes, we can talk about that. So if you look at this, we can even show, like, see the pattern here. It is the highest here, males, right? Then it's going down and then up in a bit again. But in the case of female, it's the opposite, right? It's kind of getting higher. There is no big of a difference between these, right? So, but anyways, I think um, you know that's about it. So now, introduction is always right. In the introduction, you just have to paraphrase. That's it, right? So you just have to paraphrase. So and in overall paragraph, so what are we going to write down in overall? And by the way, guys, your overall paragraph has to reflect your body paragraphs, right? Two detailed body paragraphs. So what we can do is, like, we can just divide this graph into two parts from from this place, right? From right over here, and talk about the three in the first body paragraph and the three in the second body paragraph. So what we're going to do, we're going to categorize some of them. And the best way to categorize would be first talking about this bar chart here, right? And we have to look for the uh, similarity actually. I have a question before beginning writing here. Written 45, and can we write just 45 or 15 instead of points? Um, yes, it's okay, but yes, that's fine. Like, you just have to say, so I'm talking to Mahlia, she asked the question. So you just have to say approximately, right? About 45, because it's not exactly 45, right? It's not exactly 15. So I think we can talk about this and this one as well, right? And what else? What else? And we can talk about this one over here, guys. 30, like first in let's like group first of all. Group. So grouping. So grouping in body paragraph 1, body 1, we'll talk about 15 to 24, right? And 25 to 34 because you see guys, not 35 to 44 because male, the figure for male is this almost the same um, as that for female, right? But this is there's a huge difference between this one. So yeah, that's why I got it. And another reason is that I just want to categorize the those that like in which male outnumbers female. So and then we have 65 and over, right, over this. So we can also include that with them. However, we can talk about these three similar figures, right? Let's say these three similar figures in another. Let's say this is body paragraph 2 because we will talk about something unchanged in the body paragraph 2. Not unchanged, let's say almost the same, but it doesn't really matter actually. But still, it depends on our overall paragraph and 65 and over. And the next, let's say body paragraph, yeah, let's just keep it body paragraph 1. And this is body paragraph 2. And here we can talk about 25 to 34 and 35 to 44. No, we've already included that. So, and this one over here, right? So, these two. So 25 to 34, and 45 to 54. I think and 55 to 64. Okay, so we're done. And let's think about our overall. So we can talk about like all the female outnumbering male participants, right? Except for 15 to 24. And what else can we talk about? I think we can talk about 65 and 65 and over being a bit similar, right? So yeah, that's it. So like females outnumber males except for 15 to 24 and 65 and over almost the same. Great. Okay, so we're done here. We're settled. Okay, yeah, it's a fragment. So we can start writing now. So our introduction was, let me drag this over here, and we have 17 minutes left. So, okay. So let's look at our introduction now. Um, I think yes. All right, so the bar chart below shows the percentage of Australian men and women in different age groups who did regular physical activity in 2010. Okay, so the bar chart, we can just say bar chart, right? Compares the percentage, right? Or let's say we can even say think yeah, the percentage is okay. The percentage of uh, let's say males and females um, living in Australia. Let's say the bar chart compares the percentage of males and females. Let's say females engaging in let's say daily um, physical activity in Australia. Yeah. Uh, let's say according to their age category. according to different age categories, right? In Australia in the year 2010. Oh, sorry, yes. The bar chart compares the percentage of males and females engaging in daily physical activity according to different age, let's say age categories. Physical activity according to their, um, yeah, I think that's it. We can do the correction later, like I said. So now, overall, right? Overall, it's clear that uh, women outperformed uh, men in terms of exercising on a daily basis across all age age groups, let's say age groups, except for uh, except for those, let's say, aged between 15 and 24, right? So overall, it's clear that women outperformed men, or not outperformed, but outnumbered men in terms of exercising on in terms of, let's say, women outnumbered their, we can just say, their male like counterparts. Let's no, I don't think it would be in terms of exercising on a daily basis across all age groups except for those aged between 15, uh yes, I think that's it. Yeah, we don't need to add anything else. So yeah, that's it. Because there are 2 points, and you have to present at least 2 points in your overall paragraph. So we've already presented 2 points. If we were to, include that as well, right? Include 65 and over, it would have been a bit more specific. So the point one is all men, like women outnumbering men, right? And this little part, right, is also, a part. So now let's start with this one, right? So with body paragraph one. So, or we can say, we can first start with this, right? 25 to 34, because you see, our body pairs have to reflect our overview, because we first talked about women outnumbering men, and then uh, these, right? So this, and so this way it's more logical. So guys, that's what I talked about in task two when I gave all of you your feedback, right? Sometimes your organization is not logical because you talk about the side that you don't agree with, like first, and then the side that you vice versa. You first talk about the side that you agree with, and then the side that you don't agree with. Yes, so this is not logical. And but guys, most of you need to work on your general, not general, but sorry, grammar. So please work on your grammar. Some of the sentences tend to become more, let's say, you know, complex, right? Overly complex and long sentences, and you make some grammatical mistakes when you produce such complex sentences. Okay, anyways, let's get to work. Uh, let's say we can first talk about, um, okay, so what should we, so 25 to 34, right? So those uh, aged 25 to 34 let's say, or we can start, let's say, in 2010, those aged 25 to 34, um, we can say, like those aged 25 to 34, uh, or we can say, uh, 48 uh, percent, let's say almost 49% of women participated in physical activity, while let's say 40, what was it, 48 9% of male, of sorry, like of uh, women aged 25 participated in daily, or let's say in regular, say, engage is better, engaged in, let's say, regular activity compared with 42% of men from the same age category, right? Okay, so regular activity compared with a man from the same age category. Similarly, similarly, um, or let's say, um, similarly, let's say 40, the figure for uh, females in age group of 45 to 54 was 47%, while that of men, that for uh, let's say males was uh, was say uh, 53%. Okay, where is it? So in 2010, 48.9% of women aged 25 to 34 engaged in regular activity, compared with 42.2% of men from the same age category. Similarly, the figure for females in the age group of 45 to 54 was, while that for males was 53.3. Um, or we can even, make it even more compact. Uh, let's say, while the figure for females in the age group of 15, um, 15 and 55 to 64, the figure for females in the age group of was, or it doesn't sound that. Similarly, the figure for females in the age group of 45 to 54 and were similar, right? Were similar, and in that case, we don't need similarly. The figure for females in the age group of 45 and 54 were similar, right? So what is it? 43 to 45, right? 43, let's say about, uh, oh yes, it's males, right? I'm actually like, I think I'm already, you know, confusing everything, right? So men here, right? Um, or yeah, it was correct there, but here, males in the age group of 45 and something were similar, and what is it? 45% respectively. So I think you guys know what respectively is. Well, that for males was um, almost was the same, and it is 53, right? About 53, let's say. So yes, we're done for paragraph one, I think. And next one would be, right? Okay, so next one is this. Like we have one, two, and three, right? So as far as other age categories are concerned, so that's a good chunk, right? Yeah, again. While that for females, yeah, I'm not really good at, analyzing data. We have 3 minutes left. We should be done already. Age groups are concerned. So can we join age between and as they are the same? I didn't really get what you mean. As I didn't get what you mean. Can we join age between? Okay, so as far as other age groups are concerned, yeah, I'm about to do that. Um, 35 to 44. You mean 44 and 45 to 54? Well, I've already talked about 45 to 54, so I don't think it's possible to do that. As far as because I'm talking about like I'm trying to compare 52 to 52, another 52, and which is like female and male, right? As far as other groups are concerned, um, other groups are concerned, let's say, or we can just say we don't even need to do that. Um, it is interesting to note that the youngest, let's say, the youngest per, um, the youngest Australian women and men, Australian men, right? Um, let's say dwarfed, right? Um, or we can just say men. Um, since you note that uh, the percentage of the youngest Australian men uh, was greater than that of women. So it is 52. Um, or it's interesting to know that the percentage of youngest Australian men was greater than that of women. Let's say 52.8%, and say compared to 47%. Okay, so now the percent. Let's say uh, the figure for 8 times up. Figure for um, female uh, females taking part in daily activity. Figure for 30, 30, what is it? 35 to, we can say 44 aged, or year old females taking part in daily activity was the same as as I'm trying to refer to this one. The figure for 35, all females taking part in daily activity was the same as let's say as or 35 to um 44-year-old female taking part in, or we can say the percentage. We've already used the structure. Uh, Females take part in daily, or let's say took part in daily activity. Oh, I have a better idea. Took part in daily activity. As many as uh, took part in daily activity as many year old females took part in daily activity um, as males aged 15 to 24. Okay, as many as, oh, this doesn't sound that good. 35 to 44-year-old females took part in daily activity um, as much as the males aged 15 to 44, right? And 15, uh, yes, percent. By contrast, those over 65, both genders, uh, say By contrast, the elderly, both women, women and men, were equally active. Um, at at around, let's say, 47. So, whew, finally. And the number of words is 159. The bar chart compares the percentage of males and females engaging in daily physical activity according to different age categories in Australia in the year 2010. Overall, it's clear that women outnumbered men in terms of exercising on a daily basis across all age groups except for those aged between 15 and 24. In 2010, 48% of women aged 25 to 34 engaged in regular activity compared with 42.2% of men from the same age category. Let's say, okay, the figures for males in the age group of 45 to 45 to 54 and 55 to 64 were similar, about 43 and 45%, right? Respectively, while that for females was the same. Um, else was the same. It is interesting to note that the percentage of the youngest Australian men was greater than that of women compared. So 35 to 44-year-old females took part in, or we can also uh, by contrast. Here we can say by contrast, and like get rid of this one. By contrast, 35 to 44-year-old females took part in daily activities as much as the males aged did, right? The elderly, um, however, let's um, as far as the elderly uh, is concerned, both women and men were equally active at around 47. So yeah, that's it.